What up, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about three bands that I have gotten into these past few days, and they're pretty awesome. A lot of them that I've actually gotten into are really cool. And we're going to first talk about the first band that I got into. I think it was a few days ago. I was like saying, you know what? I want to find some new Christian music. And I said, is there any good stuff out there? Like any good Christian music? So I was like, let's go to Spotify and look around. So I looked around. It was kind of like shopping. I was shopping for some good music, some good albums, some good songs that have some good taste to it. But I saw this band called Deliverance, and I was like, is this a Christian band? And I was like, it is. It's got like really good Christian meanings to it. It's heavy. It's very heavy. Let me tell you that. I'll give you that. It's a very heavy band. Um, their first album was very heavy. Their second album was very heavy as well. Their third album was heavy. They kind of strayed away from being heavy, so now they're just, I guess, regular rock. But they were very heavy in the '80s, and once they got to the '90s, they were kind of like not as heavy as they used to be. But Deliverance was really awesome. My favorite albums from them had to be their first self-titled album, Deliverance, their second album, Weapons of Our Warfare, and their third album What a Joke. And a little story about What a Joke. The song What a Joke from the album, I was hearing some mixed feelings, or I was feeling mixed feelings because in the Bible it tells us not to to not um, judge people. Don't be like, hey, like you wearing that, or like that's weird, or hey this, hey that. Like, don't judge. And that's one thing that the song had, was judging, and like it was very judgmental. And I was like saying, should I listen to this? I don't know if I should. Their first two albums were fine. A lot of those, the two albums that they did were about spiritual warfare and just Bible stories, I think, from their first one. But I really love Deliverance. They've got some really good music. I only like their three albums, their first, second, and third. I don't listen to the rest of their stuff because I just don't have a, I just don't really like it. But Deliverance was a really good band. I do have doubts that they're Christian, but I shouldn't judge, and I should just be like, God, if you convict me, I won't listen to it. The next band, this one was very cool. I actually did not know that there was a synth pop band that was Christian. It's called Crumbacker or Crumbacher. I don't know how to say their name, but I was like, wow, this is pretty cool because I love synth pop. I remember, and I'm going into my old side, or the times whenever I used to listen to secular music. I would listen to Pet Shop Boys, Tears for Fears, Flock of Seagulls. There was another band. What was it called? ABC. I think that was it called. And Matthew Wilder. All these different types of bands, and of course I still listen to them, but not Pet Shop Boys. I kind of like, I was like saying, nah, I don't want to listen to them anymore because I don't know. I just stopped because I just got into more music and stuff. But I was saying, like, is there any synth pop bands that are Christian? And I found one, and it's called Crumbacker, and they've got such really good music. One of my favorite albums is their longest title. I just call it Escape from the Fallen Planet. But it's a really good album. It's got some really good songs. Identical Twins. What other songs are on there? Crash Landed in Another Time Zone. It's got like good music, and I mean good music. I've never heard any band that was synth pop that was Christian, and I'm very glad that I found them, that I can listen to them and be like, wow, this is pretty good, pretty cool. I like all their albums. I didn't really like the another album that they put out. I think it was their album. It was part of somebody else's album. I don't know, but I really love their albums. They've got some really good music, and I don't know, they're just awesome to me. And I have a poster of the album that I really like on my wall. But I just really love that I can find these bands and be like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, and that I can listen to them and have peace in my heart. Sometimes I don't have peace because I worry too much. I'm very picky with my music. I can be very picky, just very picky with my music. I'm like saying, no, I want this, or no, I want that. I want it to be this specific type of song or this specific type of band. But let's move on to the next band. This one is, I know a lot of people may know it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, or not talk about it, but I feel like people will know this one. It's called what the heck? Sorry. DeGarmo and Key. Now, if you don't know who DeGarmo and Key are, they are a Christian pop rock band, I believe. They sound synth pop. They sound like a synth pop band, but they've got really good music. I mean, really good music. Like, Holy Hustle, that song is awesome. Boycott Hell, that's another good one. They've got so many good songs, and I have like a lot of their songs on my playlist, and I listen to them, and they're just beautiful, God-centered lyrics and songs. So I was like, wow, this is pretty good music. And I was wondering if they ever made a solo career. And a lot of bands do make solo careers. They pursue their solo career, like Stryper. That's another one of my favorite bands is Stryper. Michael Sweet pursued his solo career and made a first album called 1994, I think that's what it was called. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know this was here. So I listened to it and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good stuff. And then I found out that DeGarmo, or Dena Key, or I think that's his name, or I just call him Key. Key pursued a solo career and made like this, I think he had 2 albums that he put out on his solo career. But I was like, wow, this is pretty good stuff. But yeah, that's all I wanted to mention, is that these bands are very good. They're really good music, and they just mean a lot to me. And I shouldn't idolize them. That's one thing that I've been noticing that I've been doing, is idolizing some of the stuff, or some of the music that I listen to, and that's one thing that the Bible says not to do. You should not idolize music. You should believe in the one true God. And that's one thing I need to do, is not kind of like surround myself with all this music and be like, hey, I'm listening to Christian music, I don't have to read my Bible. No, I have to read my Bible, because it's the best thing that I need to do for my faith. But yeah, that's all I was gonna say today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, God bless.